New twists and turns in the Memphis mayor's race, and the election is just 5 months away. It centers around this question: should a candidate for mayor live in Memphis at least 5 years prior to being sworn in? That's what the city charter says, but legal interpretations since then say not so fast, and the campaigns of 3 candidates hang in the balance. After standing on the sidelines for 2 months, today the city attorney weighed in, saying the 5-year residency rule for candidates for mayor still applies. And with those 2 words, the judge said the city has now joined the lawsuit.
In light of the city's change in position, resulting in a renewed challenge to the interpretation of the Memphis City Charter, the court requires that the city of Memphis be joined as a necessary and indispensable party.
Here's why it's an issue this election year. 3 of the most recognizable names running for mayor, Sheriff Floyd Bonner, former County Commissioner Van Turner, and former Mayor Willie Harrington, lived outside the city in the past 5 years. Bonner and Turner only recently moving back. In fact, a Daily Memphian investigation found while Turner says he lives in Binghamton, he and his family have barely used any water at the home, according to his MLGW bills. Turner told the Memphian he's been fixing up the place.
If this was an issue, why hadn't it come up in all the mayoral elections we've had since 1995, and especially in 2019, when it could have been an issue?
Floyd Bonner's attorney saying he's happy the city's decided to take a stand.
I'm just glad that the city finally came out of the shadows and revealed that it's the real party behind this.
So here's what's really going on underneath the surface. Another candidate, Paul Young with the Downtown Memphis Commission, may not be as well known, but he's raised more money than anybody else in the race so far. He's believed to be the favorite choice of current Mayor Jim Strickland. If the 3 with residency issues don't get on the ballot, well, you do the math. It would benefit his campaign. We'll have a much better idea about this residency issue when Judge Jenkins holds a hearing coming up on May 18th. That's just 4 days before the date when candidates will be pulling their petitions to run for Memphis mayor. Tonight, 1 person is in jail after a shooting broke out on Beale Street Sunday afternoon. Witnesses said the shooter, Archie Mays, got into a fight with Beale Street merchant who pushed Mays to the ground after he poured his drink on the merchant's cart. Mays then got up and shot him and a member of security at Alfred's on Beale Street. Beale Street security then subdued Mays. Both victims were taken to Regional 1 and are expected to do just fine. However, the whole ordeal has Memphians worried about one of the biggest celebrations in the city coming up this weekend, Memphis in May. Downtown Memphis Commission President and mayoral candidate Paul Young say to get into the park, you have to get into Beale Street first, passing through security, which includes wanding as well as metal detectors. Young says there will also be downtown security officers present during the music festival and an increased presence by Memphis police.
All right, keeping you safe now. If you're heading to Beale Street Music Festival this weekend, Memphis Police, the Shelby County Sheriff's Office, and other agencies are joining forces to protect the public as thousands of people descend on Tom Lee Park downtown. MPD said officers will be on the grounds on horseback and by boat along the river. Authorities also reminded the public to park your cars in well-lit areas and don't leave valuables in your cars and report any suspicious behavior you might see.
So we ask each and every person that chooses to come out to have fun, to enjoy themselves, but be mindful of your surroundings. Take a look around, listen, look, take note, provide any information you can if you see suspicious activity or events occurring.
Well, authorities have been reviewing Memphis in May safety plans for the last several weeks now. A final run-through was staged Thursday ahead of the opening of the gates for the 2023 Beale Street Music Festival starting tomorrow. Now, gates open at 5 o'clock. Here's what you can bring into the park. Purses 9 inches by 9 inches or smaller don't need to be clear. However, small bags, backpacks, and fanny packs have to be under 18 by 18 inches, and those must be clear. 1 factory-sealed water bottle of 20 ounces or less is permissible. Sunglasses, hats, blankets, sunscreen, they're all allowed too. But no firearms or weapons of any kind are allowed inside the park. Well, breaking news just into our newsroom. A woman and child rushed to the hospital after a 4-car crash on B.B. King and East Carolina Avenue downtown just a short time ago. Police say the woman is seriously hurt, but the child is expected to be okay. As you can see right here on your screen, it's still a very active scene there. As we learn more, we will bring that information to you. Well, tonight, Tyree Nichols' autopsy report released today, providing new details surrounding the 29-year-old's death. And the report contradicts what first responders told his mother the night of the confrontation, and former officers claims that he was high as a kite. The toxicology report shows his alcohol level was 0.049, well below the legal limit to drive, and a small amount of THC, not enough to suggest he had used any that night. Well, as for how he died, the report cites the cause as blunt force injury to the head, rendering him brain dead. He also had a kidney injury, blood clots throughout his body, and liver failure. Former Memphis police officers beat Nichols on January 7th and left him unresponsive. He received CPR and was put on a ventilator. Now, the accused former Memphis police officers are Tadarius Bean, Demetrius Haley, Emmett Martin III, Desmond Mills Jr., and Justin Smith. They are charged with second-degree murder along with other charges stemming from Nichols' death. You can read the full autopsy report on abc24.com.